Your old pal the Jorrun here with a brand spanking new chat log reading for Dadass. In this episode, A-list actor Matthew McConaughey and adult girl ponder how it is possible to make a YouTube account that looks exactly like a pre-established channel. They lament my failed endeavors in romance, as well as a bit of chatter about my DeviantArt antics. There's also a bunch of other crap that I can't really remember off the top of my head. But I assure you it is all very interesting. Because it is about me. Ha 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 ha. I won't stall you any further. Time to cue the elevator music. And make sure you enjoy the show. It's mandatory.
Alright, another day and another chat log reading here at the A.M.D.R.D Research Department. I'm Matthew McConaughey, A-list actor. You might know me from such movies as Wolf of Wall Street,
Dazed and Confused,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, co-starring Renee Zellweger. And as always, I'm joined with adult girl,
who is suffering from acute alpha poisoning from the extensive exposure I've had over like the past several weeks.
The alpha energy around here has really been through the roof since we began the chat log readings
and consequential further deep dives into Jorrun.
It really is some alpha shit. It's changed my whole perspective.
Yes, just when I think I have like scraped the bottom of the barrel for what Jorrun has to offer, I find yet another thing.
We keep finding new stuff. I mean, some of it we can't share, but we keep finding new stuff.
Yes.
Actually, I might have to cut that out because we're not encouraging anyone else to go and do that. We're just reading a chat log here, and I guess we're talking. When I first encountered the Jorrun content post shit hitting the fan, and it was just the Wes interviews with Jorrun. They were funny, and they are still funny, and I still listen to them occasionally. But I didn't think that Jorrun would have this much staying power. I got the feeling that he was a lolcow, but I really didn't know how infatuated I would become with him. Nor did I really expect him to catch on so much with the folks in the TCAP community, but I gotta say I'm loving it.
I missed most of this when it went down, but the week following, I think, is when I was introduced to the material for the first time.
Yeah.
And I knew as soon as I saw all the DeviantArt shit with the genie stuff, I knew that this was absolutely 100% a lolcow.
That's good shit right there.
Yeah,
the
like,
DeviantArt stuff. When you see that somebody has had
a prolific presence on DeviantArt,
it's usually not the best sign,
especially in a niche fetish community.
That's actually really close to what I was gonna say. So I don't even need to say what I was gonna say. It's, the more niche the community is on DeviantArt. I'm not saying that everyone on DeviantArt is some sort of lolcow. There's some people on there who just want to post their art on a website, but I don't think anyone can deny the connotations.
I feel like some people might interpret it a little too literally, and in my mind,
maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
I've built this fantasy that that's what Jorrun like equated it to, because he's like, look at all this pervy shit on here.
Well, hold on, the name is Deviant.
Yeah.
I'm a sexual deviant.
I feel like in his heart of hearts, that's how he interpreted it to a certain degree, and that it gave him a license to just perv out and consider it to be completely normal, because there was a small community of people that were similarly minded. However, going through a lot of the comments and shit that he was a part of in some of these small communities within DeviantArt, even he kind of differs from these people, and he doesn't seem to 100% fit in with them. It's very interesting.
That's because Jorrun, as with most alphas, is a lone wolf on the prowl, and he doesn't ride with the pack.
I would love if we could do like some sort of presentation on his DeviantArt presence.
Well, I was gonna ask you, can we share stuff? Is it from what you've seen on his DeviantArt? Is it safe to share stuff from there?
Yeah, I just don't know if we need to censor any of the artist names or if they
Oh,
want their
yeah,
names on there.
Let's just censor their
Because
names.
some people might be offended, like, "Oh, why did you take my credit
Yeah.
off my art?"
I don't
and
know.
I'm like,
That is a sticky situation.
yes, but how do we show exactly what it is that he is responding to in the DeviantArt communities without showing the pictures either? Because those are really important to understand, like the pathology of his sexuality, in my humble opinion.
We'll try to make that a special in and of itself then, because of course, today we are here to read the Jorrun comedy Moast chat log as we enter into part 4.
Wow. Just wow.
Wow, it's crazy. Oh yeah, and we hit 200 subscribers.
Holy
recently.
shit.
Thank you everybody for tolerating us, and not just tolerating us, but enabling us to continue to make fools of ourselves on the internet.
I love that. Yes. Thank you for enabling us to be complete fools for your entertainment.
Alright, so it looks like I'm going to be starting off. This is where we first see the belly pic.
Mm-hmm.
This is 10:09 p.m. And I believe he means to say or have written something else here, but I'm just gonna read what's there. I wore it all, LOL. Then he drops the belly pic where it's got Jorrun written on there.
With the little heart around
the
it.
little heart is very cute. She's also, that's not a wedding ring because it's on the right hand, but that could be interpreted as a engagement ring. I could be wrong, but
I don't know.
Don't you wear the engagement ring on the right hand and then when you get married you switch it over?
In many Western countries, the tradition of wearing an engagement ring on the fourth finger of the left hand. So that's how we would normally.
Okay, so the same hand as the wedding ring.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to cut this whole part. So let's just keep rolling.
You can't look too stupid, huh? Isn't that fucking cunning?
How fucking cunning. So Jorrun drops the little belly pic. She's real, bro.
Damn, that's nice. Did you have to send her something back? Ooh. Did you have to send something back to a Jorrun?
Jorrun!
It's like he knows already, Jorrun. How did you not pick that up, dude?
It's strange. It's strange. I mean, I realized that, Jorrun had mentioned that she was requesting a dick pic, and Wes was like, well, that seems fair, just make sure not to put X, Y, and Z in it. And you had a great little bit, and it didn't make it into the last episode, unfortunately.
What was I saying during it?
I forget exactly how you worded it, but I really enjoyed it. It was this metaphor for how Wes had put forth this game for Jorrun and gave him the rules.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up. He's defined the terms of the game.
Yes, and he's put up this framework which Jorrun can work in. I know what it was. It was the.
I'm remembering now. Too.
I remember what it is. Wes has created for Jorrun a choose your own adventure.
And based on the moral and also intelligent choices that Jorrun decides to make, this could either end in his ruination or end with this really not having become a big thing. I mean, I think that, he still would have caught a lot of shit. I think he probably still would have gotten continually trolled until he just didn't have the desire to do it anymore, because he doesn't seem like he's got very thick skin. He's given Jorrun good advice that if Jorrun follows with his as Jorrun would put it, his big head, he would have come out of this relatively okay. Because he's like, don't put your face in a picture, don't put anything identifiable in the background, etc. But he's also given Jorrun, you know, nudges here and there that Jorrun didn't have to listen to, but did anyway, and let his more base desires take over. And to do so is to lose this game that Wes has created here. I'm gonna make some more weak coffee, so I'm just gonna leave Adult Girl here to talk into the mic, and I don't know what she's gonna say, but I'm gonna leave it in whatever it is.
It's a lie. He's gonna cut off whatever I have to say, regardless. And you're back.
I am back now, and I have no clue what Adult Girl has said about me.
I made a few fart noises when you came in, and that's all.
Well, it's staying in, so. Alright. Last night, she suggested a dick pic.
Suggested.
Yeah.
Interesting choice of words. Words there. Suggested. Pretty
Yeah,
sure that
yeah.
Mac and Cheese made it a request, or like a definite trade. You know, like, I'll show you mine if you show me yours type of a deal, where you're not negotiating, which he kind of does.
He does. He tries to put off the face shit for a while until... And what's strange is... I don't know why he would have sent that O-face picture, because not only is it damning, it was also fake.
Who has the presence of mind?
It would be impossible to take a legitimate O-face picture, I would think. You know, you could film it and take a freeze frame.
Maybe that's what they were hoping for, but it seems like an impossible task that he was meant to fail no matter what.
Well,
he never questioned himself like, gee, that's going to be really hard to pull off.
Speaking of not questioning things, how about you take a look at this photograph and tell me what Jorrun didn't question about it?
I can't tell because this photograph is so small here. I'd have to go to the Jorrun's tiny pee-pee dump and look at it in a bigger form.
Who's taking it?
Well, you can put that shit on a timer. Most phones have a timer.
You could.
But yes, I get that.
You could put it on a timer.
If you used your front-facing camera with the timer, you could see yourself in the viewfinder area of your screen, and you set it on like a table or something at the right height, and you could get that picture. Guaranteed. But I think that Jorrun is not savvy enough to know that shit, and he
didn't even think about that.
He
part
didn't
of
even
it.
think about that.
He's just like, oh, it's a woman. She has my name written on her body now. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think about anything like the logistics of this photograph, and ask, because he does not at any point ask Mac and Cheese, are you taking these on a timer, or is someone else taking them for you? I once saw the Jorrobot snorting cocaine.
There's powder on his screen.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Okay, alright,
So I said, she does. Last night, she suggested a dick pic.
Did you do it? I've sent my fair share, to be honest.
Which I appreciate, by the way, Wes. Thank you. This works because because we're about to come up on a line where Jorrun sexualizes Wes, so I figured I'd go ahead and take a few shots while we're at it anyway.
Did you do it? I've sent my fair share, to be honest. I think Muse shared it too because my inbox DMs went way up in the last few weeks. Haha. Okay, this is Wes kind of subtly encouraging Jorrun by saying like, "Oh, I totally sent my fair share of them. It's completely normal, bro.
Hundreds of them.
Yeah, don't be afraid, you know."
Just be careful.
And then he's also encouraging him by saying like, even if somebody is your enemy and they share your dick picture, women are gonna get excited about it and they're gonna contact you, regardless of the context.
It's purely positive. There's no downside to your dick pic getting leaked, except for when it's tiny and cute.
His balls are probably like strangled to death. Like they've shot so many loads now. They're all like, please stop. We're dry. We're running on fumes over here.
Yeah.
Lay off of it.
He's just ejaculating air. I have also, oh boy, confirmation that Wes has a BBC. Laughy crying smiley face. I have also, oh boy, confirmation that Wes has a BBC. Laughy crying smiley face.
I like that one.
We're gonna leave them both in.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I just really want to emphasize that part. Another line about BBC in there.
Yeah, talking about Wes's dick for some reason.
We boys!
We boys
We
together.
boys! That's what you do! We boys!
Yeah.
Let's just riff on this for a second. What do you think is going on with Jorrun and the whole BBC thing? I think that it's partially accurate what that one commenter said, and we'll have to go back and find that comment.
You never do.
I have been doing it for almost every video. Sometimes it's difficult though. But where it's like the pornography that he watches has now affected his interpersonal relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that is solely it, or do you think there's something like? Do you think he's like kind of flirting with Wes here? What's going on?
I don't think he's flirting. I think it has to do with that whole bit where he's so saturated in pornography terminology and the categorization and fetishization of certain things.
And he already loves the whole racial angle on things. Like he's obsessed with people's race. It's to a degree that is bizarre.
Mm-hmm. It really is bizarre. I think that there is some sort of twisted male jealousy mixed up in that as well too, because he's trying to compare himself to Wes. And he's showing his insecurity with his own member, if you will, by constantly comparing his to Wes's in a literal dick measuring contest.
What does he want Wes to say?
I don't know. It's like he's looking for encouragement.
Yeah,
perhaps?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, what does he feel like if he compliments the size of Wes's cock enough, Wes will be like, "You got a nice cock too, bro," or
maybe
what? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, BBC has come to be almost like part of a meme, or a joke. Maybe he thinks, I don't know if we're gonna keep this in here, but maybe he thinks that he's taking a dig at Wes by making it seem like it's a joke, like, oh, he's got that, like he's somehow trying to devalue it.
Huh.
I don't know. This is more complex than it probably is for Jorrun.
Yeah, we're thinking about it far more than Jorrun did when he wrote it. It could be flattery too. It could be an attempt at flattery. It could be all of those things. Let us know in the comments what you think it is.
Yes.
I'm
dear
very
listeners.
curious. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm extremely hesitant to link my 2 YouTube accounts together as you suggested.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
I don't want my comedy fans making TCAP references on my singing videos. And I don't want to explain to my singing fans why I'm obsessed with a pedophile.
Yeah, yourself.
The one in the mirror?
Yeah, Jorrun. Because nobody could ever accuse you of being a true Lornographer. You didn't even know who fucking Rhoda was, you piece of shit, you Philistine.
Rest in peace, Rhoda.
Yeah, rest in peace, sweetheart.
Okay, take her away now. I can't stand to look at her dead. I love you, Rhoda.
We'll always love you.
Chicken wings, hot dogs and bolognas, chillin'.
Chicken and macaroni.
Chicken and macaroni.
I'm not singing.
Chillin'
You're not
with
gonna
my
keep this in
homies.
here.
Let's do it one more time. One time with Rhoda.
No, I'm not getting edited into this.
Chicken wings, hot dogs and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies. All right, come on. Now this time you come in with me.
No.
Chicken wings, hot dogs and bologna. You know you want to.
No.
Homies, chicken and macaroni, chilling.
Okay. I also really like how Jorrun feels like he really needs to keep those two things separate, even though it was incredibly easy to link those accounts together to begin with.
Well,
it wasn't like, oh, sorry.
No, I was interrupting you. Please continue.
And that he somehow thinks that his singing cannot be besmirched by his comedy stuff, which just happens to be TCAP stuff.
I was going to point out the same thing in how insulting that is to the TCAP community that are supporting his comedy. That it's like, oh, they're not good enough to be commenting on my music stuff because that's too serious for those guys.
He can't make the excuse that he doesn't want children to be affected by it because his singing is not made necessarily with the purpose of children hearing it or being family friendly or whatever, which would have been a proper excuse.
In that case, yes, absolutely, it would have been. And it's also not a case where Jorrun valued or placed much of importance on his anonymity. Mm-hmm. People could have very easily found the page with his music on it, so it just doesn't make any sense. It just sounds like a shitty thing to say, like, yeah. Oh, I don't want those people.
And there are a bunch of covers too. They're not even original content.
Okay, that is 10:26 p.m.
Okay, and then it goes to 11:31 p.m., so it's a little bit later in the chat if this is the same day, which I'm just gonna assume it probably is.
Oh shit, this is funny. I just blocked a channel called Jorrun Comedy with my pic on it. He left a comment on my latest video apologizing for my comedy. Oh god. God bless whoever runs the Jorrun Comedy channel. That shit's hilarious. I love it. I hope that they have more stuff that they just haven't released yet. That needs to be the new. That's the new Jorrun channel. That's the Jorrun that we needed and deserved. The Jorrun that apologizes for their comedy. That's pretty fucking great, isn't it? Oh shit.
I'm gonna die.
I love how he put in parentheses apologizing for my, because of course he wouldn't think there's anything wrong with his comedy. To him, his comedy's great.
Oh my god.
And that's such a funny, shitty thing to do. That's such a fucking... I'd love a little Barb like that. Just showing up as him and apologizing for the comedy.
Could you imagine?
I bet that got into his head for real.
What? How can someone?
This is
Wait.
this is a
Wait, I gotta do a different what.
okay.
What? How can someone make a channel with your same channel name?
How is that possible? I
That-
don't know either.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
What? No way.
This must be some sort of hacking that they did to get
I don't
this.
know.
Are you telling me that someone could go out there and make another Alpha Male Derek channel?
Oh my god.
That better not happen. We have lawyers for that. Well, the Jorrun has lawyers.
Yeah, on retainer.
On retainer. On retainer.
So it's your line, coffee drinker.
That doesn't even make sense. I love it. I love what Wes says here. That doesn't even make sense. How could that happen? I don't even fucking know! This persistent fuck. He's draining all the fun out of being a YouTuber. One single individual has completely demoralized me.
He's taken all the fun out of it.
Oh, he's not letting me sexually harass women and tell really shitty jokes.
Oh, you know what I wanted to ask? So, because he likes to call his comedy channel as being part of the TCAP community, does this mean that his that some of his former comedy troupe members were also introduced to the TCAP stuff as well to some degree, because he was like, I'm making jokes and these people are loving it?
I have an answer to that question, actually. I've spoken with one member of his comedy troupe briefly through email, and I do hope that he'll actually make some content, because he was talking about it. This guy actually watched To Catch a Predator and was a fan of it. He's not the dude you hear in the telephone call with Jorrun. But he knows that guy and was in the troupe with him. And he also made this diss track that was remixing Jorrun's Bunky's Toy, or whatever the fuck it was called. What was it called?
Something
I'm
like...
still a toy. And it's not bad. It's yeah, the one from his former troupe member. It's actually he's got some flow. But anyway, let's continue with this.
All right.
But anyway, let me just wrap it up by saying, there's part of me that kind of hopes that at least one member of his former troupe starts making TCAP content and has more subscribers than Jorrun did.
Next line coming up. There's a interesting context in this. I felt like that. He almost made me quit YouTube on New Year's Eve. So we probably didn't get the earlier part of this conversation, just because the way it's cropped and shit.
Yeah, but we know that Wes is talking about the Vince shit here. So
yes, and given that he is talking about Vince but doesn't say Vincent's name right away, makes me believe that when Jorrun says, I just blocked a channel with Jorrun Comedy with my pic on it, he left a comment on my latest video. Who's the he in that sentence? Does he think that's Vince?
interesting that you point that out, because it could be that he can't fathom that a woman would troll him. Women don't troll. Like, that's not something that they would do, despite apparently having heard the Lorne calls and hearing a man get trolled very hard by a woman. Or he thinks that it's like Vince or something, and maybe previous in the conversation here there was something about the whole Vince
What
situation.
if it's Vince trolling me this whole time?
Well, and later in this chat log, and as Wes has said in some of the live streams that he showed up on, like Clobbers, either the Cornville Mafia or Vince are the ones who are out to get him.
Yeah, you can tell that he is convinced, and that he's saying that seriously and not like, you know, in a joking manner. There's also the line, he's draining all the fun out of being a YouTuber. So I think they are talking about Vince here and how Jorrun thinks it's Vince.
While the trolling may have been persistent on Jorrun's channel, the persistent fuck could also be read as Vince has kept doing this up until now. Like, he's still at it. And as far as I know, I think Vince is just fucked off. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I think he might have, like, you know, crawled down in a hole somewhere with his alcohol and let his nose fall off his face.
We can only hope.
Yeah, we can only hope. Your line.
Is it my line?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow! Thanks for sharing that with me. All I want to do is make people laugh and flirt with women. Why do these trolls fuck with me?
That was a pretty good Jorrun right there. Like, I could really hear that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I could. I
okay.
can imagine him saying that in my head when he said it.
I need to blow out of my nose more, but
yeah.
But I can't bring myself to put our listeners and viewers through that.
Jorrun is doing that thing where he's just saying random bullshit with the wow, thanks for sharing that with me, because
It's meaningless.
Wes has said this publicly.
So many times.
Yeah, this is no special thing, and I feel like either Jorrun is just doing his random interjection bullshit, or he legitimately thinks that that's some sort of confidence that Wes is giving him by saying that, like it's some sort of secret.
I know that I probably say that I find things interesting too much, and perhaps that's not the best choice of words in a lot of these cases, but it's interesting that he lists, all I want to do is make people laugh and flirt with women. Like, he is very straightforward that all he is here for is to post his bullshit comedy and sexually harass chicks.
And he neither questions... and he does not question either of those ideas. Why would anybody be trolling me about either of these things?
It's crazy.
Could it be because I suck at being a comedian? Is it because I'm not flirting? I'm aggressively propositioning them over and over and sexualizing them and offending them?
That's such a funny line, because he literally writes why the trolls are fucking with him in the sentence before he asks, why do these trolls fuck with me? Like, he's exasperated. He can't understand. Like, he must really be crazy delusional. Like, he must really think that he's funny, and he must also be delusional enough to think that he is flirting and not being a fucking creep. Do you have anything that you wanted to add to that?
No, I think that sums it up pretty well. And he, like, makes it sound like he's a very innocent little person. Like, he just has these very small ambitions, and he's just a small person in the grand scheme of things. Because all I want to do is these things.
Yeah.
I don't want power and control.
Yeah, I don't want to get all the marriage proposals that Clobber's getting. I don't want any of that. I'm just a humble man.
Yeah, he just wants these simple things. And
I'm pretty sure that one of his original ideas for his channel was something similar to Danknet. I bet you money.
Yeah, it's like Stanknet.
That would have worked.
It's probably already owned. I'm kidding.
Okay, so we're going to the next one. I'm going to take a quick cigarette break, so I'm going to pause this and save where we're at. It's just...
chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni. Chillin' with my homies. Rest in peace, Rhoda. It's as though I never knew you. So how Buddha? You feeling good? Ready to take on the world? Your alpha energy pulsating? That's what the Eurobot likes to hear. By the way, some new material in the Jorrun's tiny PP dump. The only reason I am telling you this is so you know to avoid it looking at it, as some of the new screenshots are fairly damning, and at best, extremely humiliating. I am discouraging you. You are discouraged. That has been tonight's show. I love to hear your own ideas and theories regarding yours truly, so please share them in the comments below and we will continue this lovely conversation there. And as always, If this video made your nipples hard, be sure to like and subscribe. Stay teeny and cut. Yaha.